Fear and greed run through the wire. Candles climb and then expire. Our edges cut from deep profile, sharp and clean by every buyer. Conquers the markets, he turns water into wine. His timing flows where chaos turns divine. Cut sharp enough to time the sign. Yeah, this man's no common trader. He commands the market's numbers. We call him Chef Bailey. The market bends beneath his flame. Fear and greed run through the wire. Candles climb and then expire. Our edges cut from deep profile, sharp and clean by every buyer. Markets move, they twist and swing. Every tick can burn or bring. Ryan keeps calm, he trusts his thing. The charts tell him everything. But when T1 makes ding, 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 the futures spread their hidden wing. And he is ready for anything. Vic's still looking like a restless king.
Ready to stop guessing and start growing as a trader. Welcome to Vici Trading Solutions, a community built by real traders for serious learners. We don't just post trades, we teach the why behind every move. With a full education section and daily breakdowns, you'll start seeing the market like a pro. You won't be trading alone. Inside the Vici Discord, you're surrounded by committed traders, from futures pros to rising crypto specialists, all learning and winning together. Gain first access to our exclusive indicators, powerful tools used daily by hundreds across TradingView and beyond. These aren't gimmicks, they're built to sharpen your edge. Each morning, our founder posts a full trading plan for the S&P 500 or NASDAQ and calls out the levels he's watching live. No fluff, just clarity. Education, tools, community. Whether you trade futures, stock, or crypto, Vici gives you the foundation and firepower to grow. Join Vici, trade smarter, conquer the markets.
Welcome back, everybody. How we doing? Happy Tuesday. It's nice to be back at home, back in the comfortable chair. Bryce, Chad, good to see you. Had a bunch of other people slide in, but I missed the names. So anyways, just want to welcome everybody back. Wonderful Tuesday. Trade plan was on point as usual. I got to think of something else to say because it's getting to the point where it sounds like I just say it, but it's true. Bryce knows it's true. Bryce made all kinds of money today. Anybody who is following the plan, it was pretty simple, honestly. And we've been expecting this squeeze for some time. I even put a tweet out on Friday about the History Says data. And so, no surprise. I mean, I have to tell you, what a squeeze, though. 250 points or something insane. It's been a long time since we've seen a move like that. And what's funny is Globex has been getting the majority of it. I woke up this morning when I put the plan out. We had an expected 130-point move, and we had already moved 111 points. So I was like, insane. Now, obviously, we blew that out of the water, but there was no way to tell that we were going to move 200 points today. It was quite a day indeed. So anyways, I'm back. We're here for the week. I'm going to bust things out for you guys. Just another exciting week here. So far, we have just absolutely nailed it. We talked about the sweep below in the 6360s. They not only did it Sunday and popped for 120 points, but they did it again last night, which was the double bottom that you'll soon see in the trade plan, which we're going to talk about, which really was the squeeze I was looking for on Monday. I'll just keep it real. I had bought some calls on Friday, expected to have this awesome squeeze then on Monday, and they waited till today. So whatever. So we're still long gold. We're still long a bunch of stuff. So exciting times right now. We are just printing money left and right. I have a few things that I want to talk to you guys about that I'm doing to help make your journey this much easier. You're going to be expecting some really cool things out of me this week and things to assist you in your trading journey and the whole nine. So before I get into that, let's just do the usual. You guys know the routine. You guys know what time it is. You know what's up. Follow me across all these socials. Would you? Please do. Ryan Bailey Edge across YouTube, X, Substack, and TradingView. I am constantly putting new indicators up on TradingView that you guys should absolutely have. I've actually got another one that I'm working on right now. Something I'm bringing over from TradingView or from Sierra Charts for you guys. It's taken me a while, but as TradingView begins to make some new additions in their version 6, it has made things a little bit more possible for me to bring some stuff over for you guys. So exciting times. Obviously, for those of you who are using TradingView on a regular basis, you know that we have the ES levels that transfer right over from our trade plan. That's good stuff. And guys, our growth has been absolutely exponential. I really can only thank you guys for the growth. I mean, all I'm doing is showing up every day. You guys are the ones making it work, doing the process, making the money, telling your friends. And for that, I really, really appreciate it. So our growth is rocking right now. I mean, just absolutely moon mission, and people are so happy. I get all kinds of DMs all the time, and just people thanking me for the great trade plans, etc. And I just wanted to say thank you to you guys. That's really where I want to leave it. Thank you so much for telling your friends. Keep it up. I love to see people succeed. I love when people make money off of my stuff because it feels good. You know what I mean? It feels good to lead the team in the right direction and to know that people are doing it off your work. And so really happy about the way things are going. So just wanted to thank everybody for that. So anyways, once again, follow me, like, retweet, all that good stuff. You already know what to do when it comes to the social media jazz. Something I wanted to talk to you guys about, I'm just kind of shooting from the hip here before we get into the trade plan. I am putting together a 10-day challenge. Actually, this is kind of Bryce's idea. Bryce is unmonitored. He's a guy in the room who has really just taken on this whole trading thing with both fists, and he is he's trading the plans, he's trading the course, and we talked about basically, what can we do to help people? And so, he has come up with an idea to do a 5-day challenge. It's essentially challenging you guys to push yourself and follow the plans, etc. I've actually built something a little bit more in depth. We're going to do a 10-day challenge. We're going to have you guys track everything, the whole 9 yards. I'm actually in the process of shooting a video right now, an introductory video on how to trade the trade plan, just kind of a 30,000 foot view. I'm making all kinds of posts right now to kind of get you guys informed. If you're a new subscriber, bear with me. It's going to be out this week, but this is going to help you so much. Like, I've been looking at this so much, and there's actually going to be a little reward at the end. I'll show you guys here shortly, but this is a brand new post that I just put out about 20 minutes ago. You guys should check this out. This is how to use our gamma exposure levels, our GEX levels. If you're getting the trade plan, you've probably seen these every morning. And, it's nice to have a level or whatever, but this kind of goes into depth and detail just to show you exactly how I use it, understand how we're coming up with this. What is so different about our levels and other people's levels? What do these mean, right? What is a call wall? What is a put wall? What is gamma exposure? What is negative gamma? What is positive gamma? So this really kind of goes into it to understand exactly how this works, how to incorporate it in your daily process, how to put it into practice, et cetera, et cetera. I suggest you guys take a look at this. It just came out about 15 minutes ago. This is a fantastic article. And if you are trade plan users, you see this every single morning. So hopefully you're using this. I know that if you're using TradingView, a lot of this stuff comes over automatically. If you're drawing your own levels, these should be some of the first things that you're putting on your chart every single day. So hopefully you guys will get good use out of this. This is, and I'm making some more stuff for everybody. So that's exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to releasing this for everyone. So I think it'll be a nice addition to what we got going on. So let's see here. Michael. Yeah, good. Good. I'm glad you like it. Good. That's what's up. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. As you know, first and foremost, I'm constantly looking at historical data. We're always looking at what the probabilities of certain things are. And, we had this monster squeeze today, which was just absolutely unbelievable. And complete honesty. I mean, we started the day off by being up 100 points, but this whole way down, we have been basically getting this massive signal that we have met all kinds of oversold indications. What's up, Raj? Good to see you, bro. And so, we had a very good idea that at some point in time we were going to squeeze. And again, like I said, I really anticipated this happened yesterday. They pulled the okie doke. They did it today. No big deal. But again, this was interesting stuff because as you can see here, this has happened, quite a few times in the past, and 28 instances over 30 years, and it had 0 losing days over a 10-day period. Just thought that was interesting. So I was just looking at this before I pulled this up. So this was measured from today's close, which is actually Friday's close when this was posted, 63.68. So check this out. Let me show you guys this. This is kind of interesting stuff here because I'm just looking, right? So 63.68, that's Friday's close. So we are already up 2.7% off of basically that measurement from Friday's close, right? Pretty insane move today, if I must say so myself. And obviously we gapped up here. So that was obviously a big help. And we're going to get into that whole thing here shortly, but I just thought it was interesting, essentially. So, I'm still pointing to the downside, obviously, guys. And again, historical stuff does not translate into what's happening now. It's just like a back test. They always say past performance is not indicative of future results. The same thing goes with historical data. We have an idea of what's going to happen. We don't really know, right? So this is kind of what I'm thinking about here as well. And obviously, we've moved 2.7%. I do think we can still continue to come higher, especially now that we popped the 74 weekly that we're going to get into in the trade plan. And actually, we're all the way up against our next level of resistance at 65.81. So again, I do think we have another day or two of squeeze left in us. And so these numbers are just going to hit just perfect. Now, I look at this, and obviously, I don't think it's going to be 7% or 4%. But at the end of the day, we're getting the squeeze, and that's all that matters. I could give a shit less exactly how much this thing says we could go. I don't care about that. So I just thought that was interesting. I thought everybody would appreciate that. And let's just go ahead and get right into it now, okay? So look, check it out. The trade plan title. Guys, does it get any better than this? Let's keep it real. The double bottom squeeze. Hello. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what we had today. And the 64.74 weekly pivot. Well, that was our overhead resistance when we started the day. So breaking down the 64.74 weekly above below, the 65.16 gap, and the 27.85 VIX barometer. All important stuff today, all stuff that we were watching in the Discord room, and hopefully all stuff that you guys were watching as well on your own. We had another awesome day in the Discord room. For those of you guys who don't know, I am now streaming 4 days a week. I'm streaming from Tuesday through Fridays from basically 9:30 to noon, going over everything, the execution, showing the chart, showing the levels, chopping it up for a few hours, giving people my thoughts and insights, good or bad, it's there. And so something new that we're doing inside the Discord room. If you are a Substack subscriber and you're looking to get into a community, let me know. We crush it in there. I mean, it's, I show you guys the scoreboard all the time. You know what it is. It's what it is. Good stuff. So let's go ahead and get into this right now. So as we come into the morning, we're looking at this. This is right off our title, right? So they actually swept the low here. We were after the 63.62.75. For those of you guys who watched the weekend review, and I actually think it was in text this time, but that was I've been on vacation, by the way. Just got home yesterday at 1:30 in the morning. I didn't get to bed till about 2:30, woke up at 5. So I'm running on fumes today, guys. So you have to bear with me. So here we go. So they swept our 63.62 area from Sunday that we did the weekend review. They swept this spot, and then they popped 120 points, only to come back last night and sweep it again, which was really the trigger we were looking for, because the first sweep was only a couple ticks. The sweep from yesterday or last night was a nice, healthy sweep, which grabbed some liquidity, and then they were able to kind of take it back up. So again, this is right the very first paragraph. We have now double bottomed at the lows. This is going to be a huge spot for us in the morning, right? So here's my final thoughts. And obviously, as you guys know, this is at the very end of the paywall, kind of give you guys exactly what I'm looking for here. We'll skip the fluff, but really it just comes down to the 64.74 is our critical above below. If we push above this, we could fill the gap into the 65.18 area where I want to see a reaction and immediately push back below 74 for a move lower. If price moves above 65.25, we could continue to push the rest of the day or longer. think we experienced that, and we know exactly what happened today, right? So on VIX, 2785 is our major barometer this morning. Below it, we will get a sustained tailwind on the indices. Above it, it says below it, we get a sustained tailwind. Oh, yeah, that's right. And below the 2470, the tailwind becomes extreme. So we're going to talk about that, right? So again, here's the things that I wanted everybody to focus on today. I made it a very clear point to put this out for everyone. Keep a close eye on the three assets today. ES at 6474, SPX at 6401, and VIX at 2785. These will guide you. And again, guys, it was the end of the month today too. I don't know if anybody realizes that. It was close out of the month, institutional repositioning. Definitely added into some of this push that we had today. Not a normal day, okay? Just straight up, just not a normal day. Plus we had all that red. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red weeks behind us right now, and a slew of red candles to go with us. We were sweeping lows and oversold out the wazoo. So this was not a big surprise for us here. So let's go ahead and get into it now. All right. So let's just talk about the VIX as usual, guys. Here we go, 2785. This was our tested daily right here. This is right out of the trade plan this morning, right? So we're sitting above this. This is our current, this level is a monster, and it's been important for some time. So here you go. This is our barometer. And if it pushes below this, we get a sustained tailwind and actually be able to look for a long as they grind higher and play the untested areas, talking about the ES. So this was our big push below. And look what we have here. I said, if we push below this, we're more than likely going to come to 25.33. Well, you'll soon see that's exactly where we close. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow, because we have our massive monthly here at the 2470 that you guys it's just been a big level from time and time again. So we are literally right here right now. Let me go ahead and show you here. I'll just pull it up. So boom. So as you guys can see, we opened here, we came down, we end up losing underneath this VIX. This was something I called out in the Discord room for everybody. Say, hey, listen, we're back testing this 2785. And when they did, it just came down with a fury, right? And that obviously led to a monster squeeze for us today. Just more upside in the whole 9 yards. And so you can clearly see where we're at right now at the 25.33. This is the last untested support I actually have for this area. This is going to be a big deal, okay? Because underneath that, we push below the 2470, and we could, if VIX pushes below this, I don't have any untested support for some time. So we could really continue to kind of move higher in the indices. But I mean, just to kind of give you my low key breakdown, I mean, we have a couple, and I'll get into this later, but I just want to, kind of reiterate with this comment. We still haven't gained on any time frame with the ES. We're just squeezing right now. We're just retracing the leg, the whole 9 yards. This is common stuff, okay? Obviously, VIX is going to play a super important role for us. But underneath this 2470, I don't have any more untested support. And so I'm going to be using the 2470 and really this 25.33 that we're sitting at now as a very important context for us moving into tomorrow. I have some levels below, but they're tested. And so really, this is going to be the 2470 comes back into play basically as soon as tomorrow. And I'll show you why here very shortly, because we're actually going to get into the ES a little bit. I want to talk about it and what I think is going to happen here. So check this out. So this is SPX. You guys know I got SPX up. And this was a big tell for today. Big tell. If you're not watching SPX, shame on you. What's up, Zig? Good to see you, bro. Just Zig in the house. All right, so this is a big deal, guys. Look at this. Upside resistance, 63.95.78 and 64.01.50 daily. Now, mind you, this is a cash session asset. So as I'm writing this at 7 o'clock this morning, it's sitting here. And this is my big resistance, right? But as you can see, this is my big above-below pivot. If price pushes above this area, we will immediately move to the next weekly resistance at 64.45. I'm telling you right now, if we get above this, we move up 45 points. Done. If that's not enough points for you in one day, I don't know what is, okay? And so this is the big area to watch for our big above below. All this in the middle just tells you if you get above 45, you come to 06 and all this other shit, right? And it basically, we're saying right here, it could bring you all the way up to 65.06, untested daily leg down, which is exactly where we're at now, okay? So I'll just go ahead and show you what's up. But here's the deal. Look at this. You see how we opened above 64.01, whatever, 63.95? We literally touched it perfect. And guess where it took us? 45 points. Big freaking surprise, right? So there you go. Boom, right there in writing before the market opened. If this happens, get long, make 45 points, go play golf. I'll see you later, right? And if you missed that, that's fine, because we went up here, played 45, we pulled back, we held the support at 01, and guess what we did? We went all the way up above 64, 45, right into our 06 area. As you can see, this got a nice little reaction. I believe this was based off of news, because this was a 100-point push that they did in like 15 minutes. It was insane. And then they basically pushed us down. So for those of you guys who remember this, has been trading with me for a couple of weeks now, this is the big, massive monthly swing low that we were targeting a couple of weeks back, 65.21. We're right back to this. This is a big deal, okay? We're above it right now in ES. We're above it in SPX. This is a monster spot, so we're going to keep an eye on this. However, just know that we have some massive resistance up here to 65.52 and the 65.81, and then, of course, much higher, which we'll talk about shortly. So right now, boom, SPX gave us the lead. We opened up above 64.01. Boop, we're out of here, right? 45 points for you and your family. Now you can go eat dinner. You're welcome. All right, so check this out. So here is essentially the ES. Now, the ES was kind of crazy. And when I say kind of crazy, I mean, what I mean is we just opened up higher and we just kept pushing, right? Because they were already up 100 plus points by the time we opened. They had been squeezing. We were bumping our head on the 74 level. We were right here at the open, and they basically pushed right through it and came back. And once they found a little bit of support here, they were able to get back above it. But we knew right away that this level was more than likely going to get it popped. Didn't we? Or did you guys read? Because right here, it basically says this major weekly is very tested. It is important to be above or below. It is essentially the support that took us up September of last year all the way to the all-time highs. It has been a huge spot over the past 2 days. My assumption is that we could push above this level and fill the weekly gap from last week. I'll do it since nobody else wants to do it. That's fine. All right, 64.74 all the way to 65.18 or even higher, 65.20, etc. That, my friends, is another 50 points, 45 points right there. You're welcome. That was it. And this was the area that I expected a reaction. Now, I'll shoot you straight. I was short there. I got hit for 5 points. Not a big deal. We ended up actually shorting the 55 up here, which was a big level, and brought it back down. So it made it all worth it. But this was an insane push. At this point in time, VIX was dropping. VIX was underneath our major daily, and we were continuing to push lower. I just wanted to show you how this level actually worked out on the smaller time frame as we continue to push higher. Now, here is the real thing that we want to be aware of. And again, check this out. This is that 65.25. This is that big monthly, weekly swing low that I just showed you guys on SPX. Here it is on VIX. I'm sorry, on ES. We're actually above it here as well. And we're going to get into this right now, actually. And this is the 65.81 daily. That was so important. I know you guys know this level. I know you do, because this kept us down for 2 days and basically flushed us all the way to the lows. When I come into a lower time frame, we're going to talk about it, but this will work right here. Check this out. This is the 4-hour time frame. You guys can see right here, this was our tested midpoint, 65.8150. Right? This is a big above below marker. This would be our first area of potential resistance above the gap fill. Okay. All right. We're doing it again. We're calling it again. Where did we stop? We stopped at 81. All right. Beautiful. So given the fact that this is tested, right? And this is why I think we go higher. Given the fact this is tested, I would look for a potential push to this level and higher into the untested weekly daily zone, right? And that is right up here. That's the 66.33, 66.27. This is a massive area, okay? Just absolutely humongous, right? And so, this is a big spot. So this is what I'm really looking at as far as, potential, make it or break it for next week. Because if not, we're going to come all the way up here to 67.87, which is certainly a possibility, okay? This was our first real 4-hour gain of any kind of support right here. Now, I don't know if I'd call this a gain on the 4-hour, but it was sure as hell something is better than nothing. I'll just put it to you like that. And so I do feel like we have a little bit of strength. We have a little bit of headwind. We've got VIX at our backs right now, given the fact that, VIX is really kind of holding this significant area. And so I want to show you exactly, let's look at the 4-hour time frame real fast. So actually, I'm going to pull over the 1 hour real quick. So this is the double bottom that I wanted to show you guys. right? And so I'm actually going to show you where it came from, because normally I do the weekend review on video and I would have showed you guys all this stuff, but I'm going to show you right now. I showed everybody on the stream, so might as well show, or in the Discord room, so I might as well show you guys. So check it out. Let me go ahead and hide all this. So this is a massive area of support in here. And this area took us all the way up to the all-time highs, because you got to remember, none of this existed, right? And so we're basically looking at, let's see, it would have been like this. This would have been, oh shit, regardless. Sorry, my keyboard got all screwy. So this previous, like every push up here is an all-time high at that current time. Well, as we've come down, we've swept this area. But both of these, this was just a massive area of support. So when I saw the double bottoms like this over here, I was looking for a potential sweep and squeeze, which is exactly why we got it. Not only that, but I also had, this is a big daily level right here at 63.98. So I was looking for a sweep below this based on Friday's close, which we got. And as long as we reclaimed it, we still had some momentum to the upside. 64.25 was our first level, and then 64.74, as you can see, which is the place we bumped our head on Monday, was our next big catalyst. Now we're above 65.18, which is our gap fill. Now we're starting to get somewhere, okay? So guys, let's just go ahead and take a look. Let me get my pen out here, and I'll just show you what I'm looking at, all right? So we have two major areas that I'm really looking at for potential resistance here. And I'm going to leave it at this after this, because this is some, we're going to see where we open at in the morning. Hang on 1 second. I'm waiting for my pen to come up. Where are you, pen? Where are you? I think it hates me. No. Why do you hate me, pen? It does. It hates me. I don't even know why I pay for this damn thing. It never works. I pay $25 a year for this thing, and it never fucking works. All right. I guess I'm just going to do it by hand. Let me see if I can. One more time. Hang on. Bear with me, people. I know you're here. Here we go. All right. So what we have right here, here's our true leg down. Okay. Goes like this. All right. This is massive. And technically, the daily that we're looking to short is way up here, 67.87. But we have another spot that I'm looking at. First and foremost, 65.81.50 has played multiple times, right? You can see why I thought this was going to be a big area. And it was. We stopped right here, okay? So being above or below this pivot tomorrow is going to be very important for us, okay? If they push below this pivot, we're essentially looking to get back below this 25 area for a push lower. Okay. If not, if they push above this, we have this 66.33, which has been big time and time again, and we have this weekly at 27. This is a big freaking spot. Okay. And the reason that I say that is because it goes like this. We have a leg here that's the full leg. Okay. And then it goes like this. I have a leg in here, and I have a leg in here. And this is what we lost on this leg high, and this is what we lost on that leg high. So I technically have 27 and 33 that I'm looking at for above below, okay? And then here is the other one, right? So this is a humongous spot, right? So right now, keep in mind, let's just pretend that they gained on the 4 hour. Well, we still have not gained on the weekly or the daily. In my opinion, they have a lot of work to do to make that happen. We would need to close. It's even more so, but basically a close over 33 would help. That's not the real gain on the daily, but just looking at it from this chart, that would probably do it for this particular chart, which would, ease a lot of pressure. So that gives you right there the major spot I'm looking at on the daily time frame. Let's go ahead and just look at the 4 hour time frame and see what it looks like. But before I do that, we were talking about the sweep at 63.62. You can see that first sweep happened on Sunday at the open. He barely swept it and came up and played 74. Then last night, again, they really swept it. And that's what gave us our squeeze. When I saw this double bottom, I was like, oh, here we go. As long as they pop 74, she's on, because they held this 64.25 area right here. So it was pretty much over with on the way up. So now we're starting to retrace a few things. We're going to work off some of this oversold conditions, what have you. So this right here, guys, is the area that I'm talking about. Right. This is the first spot right here. Okay. We want to get back underneath 33 for momentum to the downside if this plays. If this gets above here, we very much have 66.81 in our face. I know you guys remember this. This is 100 points higher. It kept us suppressed. It kept us suppressed. It kept us suppressed. Okay. Big spot. Absolutely monster spot. Right. So this is really the spot we're going to look at is if we get above here, I do not expect this area to smack. I do think it could get a reaction. I'll certainly be looking to take profits if I'm long. But if we push above this 33 area and ultimately above 66.81, we're going to come up here. And then this is the real big spot. This is the big spot, right? This is the absolute what has to, stay below in order for us to continue our progression down. So this is kind of the make it or break it for us up here. If we end up pushing above 33 and ultimately 81, we will come up here and play this. But as long as we get back below 61 and really this 50 area here, we will continue to get that progression down and really could retrace all of it for new lows. Okay. There's no question about that, but one step at a time, right? And that one step at a time is going to be 33, 81, and then we're going to call it 73, 87. But again, if they get back underneath this 18 area, 25 is our big swing pivot, right? Just don't forget what that swing pivot is, right? That's this area right here. I showed it to you guys on SPX. This is a big spot, right? It's huge. So to get back below this area is a monster. So if they get back below this area, we basically shift momentum once again. Getting above the 18 was a big deal. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see where we open at. Kind of feel it out a little bit. Obviously, I think you guys can pretty much see that, below this 75, she's a duster for now. But this is going to be a battle zone for us right here. I bet you we could sit in here almost a whole day tomorrow. We'll see what happens as they try to figure out what they're going to do. And we'll just keep an eye on our significant dailies to give us above or below here. And it's funny because it's as weird as this sounds, and this just shows you how extreme volatility is. This is 66.81, and this is 65.81. These are 100 points. That's insane. That is a lot of fucking moves, and it doesn't even look like it. It doesn't look like that much space at all. So it just kind of shows you what we're dealing with, this negative gamma volatility and this crazy regime that we're in right now. But as of right now, we're still pointed down, guys. So, again, that doesn't mean we can't go higher as we squeeze, but the high time frame right now is still pointed to the downside. So we'll see what happens in these battle zones. So that's what I got for you guys. I'm going to be putting out some more stuff for you here real soon. I'm going to be working on it tonight and putting out some new content for you guys. So bear with me. This week, you're going to have all kinds of cool stuff to actually, track your work, all kinds of new knowledge tools, and be able to, understand exactly how this process is put together so you can use it to your benefit. I have a lot of subscribers who are doing really well, but there are a select few who I want them to understand how to do it even more, feel confident in the process. And that is what I'm working on delivering to you guys this week. So again, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Tomorrow's another day, and I will meet you same time, same channel for the post-market breakdown. And also the trade plan's at 8:30 in the morning. Oh, by the way, Apex has got a 90% off sale. They just hit me on the email. Use code VICI at checkout, get 90% off. Don't forget, that's a good one. So be good. Take it easy, Michael. I'll see you guys later. Zig, Raj, Chad, Bryce, you guys be good. Until tomorrow, and I'll see you in the morning. Cheers.